Welcome. Let's get started tonight. I'm really excited to talk about this little blue box that we use at Stall High. How many of you already have a CAT device? If you don't, the abbreviation is KAT. It stands for Kinesthetic Awareness Training Device. You're going to get to meet the founder, the brain behind the technology. And we're going to talk today about how we use this device at Stall High to help train our students remotely. Because even though it's awesome when we have a chance to get to ride in person, but when we're remote and our program is primarily online with some built-in in-person opportunities, whenever we can make that happen, this comes in clutch. So how many of you either have struggled or you're struggling right now to break an old habit? Hand placement, head placement, torso, like what are y'all working to change? Somebody drop
Um,
it in the comments for me. Evelyn, what are you trying to change? What are you working on right now?
I'm working on the first barrel. We were working on not passing it up because we've been
Okay.
struggling on going too far past the barrel, and then I would turn. So we're working on our first barrel.
Did you and I talk before this class?
Yes.
Have we ever spoken before tonight?
No, I know. You sent a video, I think.
Okay. But you
Yeah.
and I didn't call you this afternoon and say, "Hey, I want you to talk about going past the first barrel."
No.
Okay. Take notes, little woman, because what I learned last week, we were doing a rider reset retreat in Colorado. And we got to work with Dr. Joe Shattuck, who you're about to meet. And I learned something about my rib cage and the way my ribs rotate and my hips, that looking back over my career, now I understand why so many of my horses, Evelyn, were going past the first barrel. I
Okay.
didn't understand it at the time, but now I understand, which means I know what to do about it now to change it and make it better, instead of just getting frustrated with my horses or myself or buying new horses. I did that for a lot of years. It's very interesting when you have the technology to give you the feedback, to let us
Okay.
know where are the differences in our body, where do we think we're doing something but we're really not. Because
Okay.
it's great, we all need a coach, we all need extra eyes and someone who knows, how to help us get over these hurdles and challenges and solve problems. When you combine your coach with the technology, you get results even faster.
Okay.
So everybody is here because we're working on barrel racing. I know everyone here has a heart to run in the first division. Am I right? Do you secretly want to run in the 1D? Some of you may be afraid to even say it out loud.
I'm totally
So
afraid.
it's possible. We're here for you. I struggled for a lot of years. I feel like I've just told this story in the past hour, and I did. I struggled for so many years. I tried so hard, and I'm not the only one. We're all here because we got grit. It's not that we lack hustle. It's not that we lack the ability to work our butts off. It's not that we're not willing to do whatever it takes to get the job done. Am I right? Like we're a special breed of athlete, a special breed of person, a special breed of horse owner. We love it so much that we just thrive on it. But it was very heartbreaking to know that I had the horse to do it and I physically had the ability. Like I could tap the top 15. I could win pro rodeos. I could win money at some of the biggest pro rodeos in the world, but I couldn't stay in that top 15 long enough to get to the finals. Heartbreaking. It was on this horse right here, y'all. For those of you who have not met Dover Dixon, he's 27 now. Dover, say hi. To have the horse that could do it, that could win at the pro level and sometimes win by half a second. pro rodeos and not be able to make it to the finals. I didn't understand. I didn't know. And I was explaining earlier today on a call, starting stall high has been a very humbling experience for me, because when I first started it, I thought I was starting it for other barrel racers who needed help with the barrel pattern. I really didn't understand that this was for me too, that I had blind spots, that I could be even better. Somewhere along the way, I think I just got big for my Wranglers and plateaued myself. I stopped expecting to learn new things. And now, thanks to our coaches, my learning brain has been turned on. And I've learned enough to know I want to learn a whole lot more. So, how many of you are ready to learn something new tonight? If you are, do this. It's a prophetic act. Flip that switch. Don't do it if you're driving. Get your learning brain on. Everybody say hello if you have not met her already. Our guest coach tonight, Dr. Joe Shattuck, all the way from Colorado.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to put on
Prof-
my
Put on
representing
your
leader
new
hat.
leader. Yes, all high. So,
Right.
professional racquetball.
Mhm.
Yep. How many years
Yep.
did you do that, Dr.
I
Joe?
played professional racquetball for probably 20 something years. I stayed in top 10 in the world for 10 years, and I peaked at number 6 the year before I retired.
That's amazing.
Thank
That's
you.
that's where I want to be. That's where I want
Oh,
to be
come
in
on.
barrel racing.
Come on. Let's go.
And
Doing all
and
the right
so
things.
through that process, what interested you about neuroscience? Like, what made you choose that as your degree and your doctorate? Tell us a little bit about your
Excellent. Yeah,
education.
sure. So, quick story. I started late in racquetball. I started at 17. A lot of the other pros that I would compete with had started at 5 or 6 years old or earlier, and they didn't have the mature strokes, I didn't have the mature strokes, or I wasn't in any tournaments. I just kind of showed up and was like, I'm going to play racquetball, and I didn't learn how to learn. I didn't know how to learn, and so I had to quickly uh, train myself to swing with the efficient mechanics as all the other pros. And that was my what's the sword? That was my thing. That was my jam. And
Mhm,
so
mhm.
much so that I became a stroke mechanic coach very quickly, and people would fly in from all over the world to learn, stroke mechanics. But just because I had to teach myself, and so it's just fascinating to me how the brain makes the body move, and that's the one thing that you have complete control over, which is where the cat comes in.
And so you went to school for neuroscience.
I did. I've got a doctorate in neuroscience focused on motor learning, which is learning how to make your body do things in a certain way. And when I grew up, it was when you practice, and y'all might have heard something called the 10,000 hour rule. Maybe raise
Mhm.
your hand or do something if you've heard that in any capacity in any sport. I don't know if you can do it online or whatever. Yeah, there you go, a few people. So that's because it was assumed that you just need lots and lots of reps, lots and lots of volume that just somehow you accidentally sort of accumulate the right rep at the right time and have the right learning opportunity to correct yourself. It's all about being able to correct yourself when you know what you want to do and you make your body do it. That's where the learning happens. So the 10,000 hour rule, not if there's any other nerds out there, you might know it was made popular by Malcolm Gladwell. You can Google it. It said that many hours to master something, but it turns out with technology now, you can accelerate the number of reps that it takes to learn the thing. And that's the easiest way I can say it. Instead of 10,000 reps, it's 6,000 or whatever. Because you
Mm,
isolate the learning. And you experienced it, Kendra, on Wednesday when
mhm.
you thought you were rotating a certain degree and you swear up and
Yes.
down that you were,
Yep.
but you weren't.
Yeah.
So
So let's kind
yeah,
of. I'm gonna try to duplicate what we discovered. Y'all get ready. This is gonna freak you out. It freaked me out, Dr. Joe. So many of us beat ourselves up, like we want it so bad. Like I
mm,
said, we got the grit, we got the horses, we've got the opportunity to go make it happen, and then we get there. As hard as we practice at home, it just seems to fall apart when the pressure's on and when it's time to perform. Or like me, we'll get to the top level, but we can't stay at the top level. And it's so frustrating. When I was sitting in the saddle the other night and we were filming new modules, for those of you who are new, maybe you're joining today, or maybe you're in the program, but you haven't heard a lot about the CAT yet. So when you join our highest level classes, we're also talking about doing a very specialized CAT class. So y'all stay tuned for that. Y'all heard it first tonight. You get access to very specific training modules inside an app that is designed specifically for the stall high riders, specifically to my barrel recipe, what has worked for me. Not only did it get me in the top 15, but it made me a very good living for a very long time. That covered arena out there, 115 by 150, I wrote one check for it with the sale of one horse. That was literally my bread and butter. So, Dr. Joe, it made me feel good the other night when I had the CAT on my chest and I was going through my hand movements for the modules. I think we filmed 43 new modules for that class, for that, the training app. And you said, man, you just nail it every time. You're so accurate. And I'm like, well, isn't everybody?
Well,
That was a compliment to me. I love that you said that and you pointed it out, because I have done this my whole life. It took me a long
yes.
time to get here. I've made well over 10,000 reps. I've spent well over 10,000 hours. I've spent and earned well over $10,000, like over and over again, right? But that, if you haven't had that, and if you don't even know where your hands, what plane they should be or in what position,
It.
how would you even know what works?
That's it. That's it. For
It-
little context, there's a on the app when you guys join, or if you have it already, you'll see there's a kind of a target that you have trained yourself. The optimal movement to be in your barrel racing recipe is like this. And I mean, I do this all the time. I train athletes and Olympians and all that stuff. And the ones that have put in the master class, the 10,000 hours, you're just so precise. Like you never went past it. You never didn't reach it. It was like every time. And your margin was like this thin. It was amazing. And I jumped up off the floor and ran over there. And, okay, I know I'm interrupting, but I got to tell you something. And I showed you, I'm like, look, this is your margin and this is what you're doing.
Yes.
But that's what mastery is, right? Awareness and control.
Now here's where it gets trippy, and this threw us for a loop. And it helped me piece a lot of things together that I'm learning from multiple coaches. So when we were collecting data, so everybody, if you can, I want y'all to do this tonight. You may not be sitting on your saddle, but just take your hand right here. See, it's to the side. See where my elbow is away from my torso, and move it this way. Can y'all see how far this left hand comes back? Okay. We were recording data on that. And then Dr. Joe asked me to go this way. Did y'all catch it? It's hard to see. Now I'm priming y'all. I'm telling you, I'm kind of giving you a hint. Something's different, but it's very difficult to see with the human eye, nor could I feel it with my own body. I straight up, honest to God, thought I was making the same rotation and the same amount of clicks to the right as to the left. And Dr. Joe, what were you seeing that alerted you something was off?
Yeah, well, on the CAT, and because you were so confident that, well, no, I turned the same way as the left. I said, something wrong with the reading. But then you checked yourself and you're like, yeah, absolutely. You can see how far she rotated to the left was X number. I can't remember what it was. And then to the right, and it was completely different. And your neutral should be in the middle, and yours was not in the middle. Yours was very much not in the middle. You could just see it.
That's not good,
We
especially
took
not if you want to get
screenshots
to
of
the
it,
finals.
actually. Yeah.
If y'all are trying to go to the finals, please don't do what I did. I literally wore the tires off my truck. I wore my kid out. I literally raised my kid in the back seat of a Dodge pickup, going from rodeo to rodeo to rodeo. That's how she grew up. Today, rodeo has zero appeal to her. She's been there, done that. She knows all the specialty acts. She knows the order of events. She knows when to run the camera and when to get her butt back to the truck. I've lived it, but I lived it the hard way. I lived it just blind. not aware of this thing right there. Can y'all all see that? See the difference? Now I wonder how this might impact the first turn, the right hand barrel, Evelyn. If I don't have the same amount of rotation through my rib cage and my hips to the right as I do to my left, now I understand why my right barrels were not as accurate. I didn't come in as tight. I didn't rate as well. And I tended to lose a fraction of a second when those horses would slide past. Now I knew enough. I learned the hard way of the check, check, and lift. I knew that didn't work. That was going to make it worse. So I would sit deep and kick my hand into neutral, my elbow into neutral, and wait. I trained my horses, Dr. Joe, to take responsibility for rate and turn, and they knew to turn with or without me. So I would just wait it out so I didn't cause interference with their mouth. And as soon as they could switch directions, I would just hang on and we were off to the second barrel. But consistently, my second barrel was my best barrel. And I've learned through this process of building the coaching platform, Stall High, not only have we identified that I have had a loose hip socket on the left. What does that mean? I don't know if y'all could see this. Let me put this camera down a little bit. This is going to help explain why the right rib cage doesn't move the same and how much more difficult it is for me to have that rotation to the right. Because I'm probably not the only one going through this, y'all. Okay. If I just sit here, what feels normal to me, what do y'all notice about my knees? Let me get my foot in position. Look closely. There's going to be a difference. Somebody drop it in the chats. Can't read that. What does it say? Someone read it to me, please.
Bigger gap on the left, one forward of the other. There's a gap on the right, on your right side. There's space between your knee and saddle on the left. One knee is further out.
Uh-huh. Big deal.
Camera angle's off a little bit.
Oh, sorry. See if I can.
Don't let it happen again.
Hold on. I don't have a level. And Nick had to go home. Nick was holding the camera earlier today. Thank you, Kevin. Is that better? So if this hip socket was loose, why do we think it's loose? I don't know. Maybe I've ridden thousands of horses in my lifetime and didn't use a mounting block. Maybe I have loosened this hip up and left it loose. But this leg has external rotation. It does not internally rotate as well. But if this leg is a little late, and how many of you know it's just a fraction of a second in a barrel race that can keep you out or put you on the top. So how slow am I if I have to come further away with this leg to roll it in and close it? That probably takes more than half a second to do that so that it's symmetrical with my right. I didn't even know these things, but it's also has been affecting my rib cage. So my ability to look through the turn and support my horse through the turn to the left has been easy. To the right, not so much. It's a little sticky. And I don't want people to get lost in the traditional train of thought that you've got to buy a faster horse or that, it's just, I don't want you to have false information anymore. More times than not, what we're finding, Dr. Joe, it's us. Other sports get it. Baseball, racquetball, they hire stroke specialists. Golf, rodeo, we're just like, just try harder, hustle, kick.
That's
Let me
funny.
shove this paste in your horse's mouth to make him go even faster. What's even a bigger train wreck? So let's get into what this cat does exactly for people who don't have one yet. How did you design it to vibrate and beep? How is it going to train new muscle memory?
Right. How does it work? What does it do? Right. We get that question a lot. And so yeah, there it is. So the question we get is, well, how does it tells you where your body is in space. And when there's a gap between where you think you are and where you actually are, that's when you trip up the curb, you slam your door, you hurt yourself, you miss the shot, you miss the barrel, you drop your reins. If you don't know where your body is, how can you control it? So the first step to knowing where your body is, becoming aware of it is. And what it does is, and this is a joke, it's a mix between a shock collar and a motion capture sensor, right? So it doesn't actually shock you, but it reminds you where your body is, and it forces you to make those corrections, like, oh, I thought I was here, I swear I'm here. Oh no,
Yeah.
I'm not.
I
Right,
I thought I was back here, but I was not.
right, right.
So Dr. Joe, can I pop up on the screen the two different readings when we
Yeah.
say you thought you were back here? I've got
Absolutely.
it on the same screen. So, and you're welcome to
Yes.
explain it, Dr. Joe.
Yes. Show us what you were seeing. And I'm feeling it going brr, brr, beep, beep, brr, brr, beep,
Right,
beep.
right.
And I'm like, what the heck's going on?
Right. So what you see here is the screens are what you'll see in your module, and this is the Butter Smooth Turns module that Kendra was filming some of the videos for. And this is one of the screens that actually after you capture what you want your turns to look like. On the right, you'll see your turn says asymmetrical. It's not asymmetrical. You see there's a purple cone on the top, and then a blue cone kind of pointing down, and then a black rectangle. Now that is her, if you picture it's not completely, that's her turn to the left and her turn to the right. It says her turn 147.21. Anyway, that is where you turn left and right. And so that is a nice symmetrical turn both even ways, both the same distance away on each left turn and right turn. On the left is you before you recognize that you were not turning where you were. You see how the blue part of it is much closer? So she's not symmetrical. She's only going a little bit of the way in the blue as opposed to sending the targets on equally on the purple. Not sure I'm not explaining that very correctly, but does it make sense?
Yes, because
Okay.
there is a discrepancy. And I know good and dang well I had discrepancies at the right barrel, at the first barrel. That was my slowest barrel. The second barrel was my fastest barrel. The third barrel was my worst barrel because of centrifugal and centrifugal forces, having to compensate for this loose hip socket. And I didn't even know it. But coming into that right turn, even though I was, out and I didn't have the same rotation, centrifugal force, Dr. Joe, would pull me to the center
Ah,
long enough to ride across the arena, make a beautiful second barrel. How many of you are like, I identify that, Kendra? That's me. I got some smoking second barrels. I mean, you could just rub the dust right off of it and leave it standing. But then I would get to the third. So that would be my second left hand turn. Well, what had happened? Centrifugal force had pulled me off center again. And guys, we're not talking about this. We're talking about little teeny tiny degrees. This is a professional sport. It's time we treat it as such. Microscopic, little tiny degrees. But when you are dealing with physics and you're dealing with speed, you must know these things to be accurate and consistent. I consistently started my third barrel just a sliver too early, too tight, which caused my horses to tighten up. And they would have to take extra time at the 2/3 mark of the turn. And that's where I would leave about a 10th of a second behind every third barrel. So how many times did I get outrun at the pro level by just a 10th of a second? How many times could I already have gotten to the finals if I just not forfeited those 10ths of a second alone just at the third barrel? Think of how much this could have helped me then and how much it's going to help me going forward. So it beeps, it vibrates. You've designed an app with these really easy, I don't know if you're able to share that. Can we see what the home screen looks like and what the modules look like?
Potentially. Let me see if I can join from my phone and I'll show you.
Okay. Or Sherry, somebody. So guys, when you go in, there's little modules. It's like a little textbook, but digital. There's a video where we explain, like, this is what we're going to work on today. This is your hand placement. And this is why it's important. This is where we're going to practice putting our reins. Evelyn, wink, wink. Are you paying attention? We just filmed a new section, some new chapters for torso control, so that you don't hunch forward and get too far ahead of your saddle horn, because that's going to block your horse's energy. It's going to actually shorten their stride instead of lengthen it. I know we feel like it's fast because we're doing something and we're kicking and hustling and flogging on them and over and undering. We think it's fast because it feels fast to us. But when you look at the data of how much that riding style actually shortens your horse's stride and how much they slow down when you do that, you won't do that anymore. But we haven't had this technology until now. While she's pulling that up, Sherry, do you have any thoughts or observations on it from your side, you and Sunny as our technology leaders?
Yeah, I think that it's helped me so much. And Dr. Joe looks like she's coming in again
Okay.
on her phone, so she should be able to show that shortly. Is we always talk about the feel and what we may see in others, but it was so validating to see it in, in print, in data, and that it really solidifies it for me in saying, whoa, like I said, and that's why I wanted to put those pictures up there. I was like, well, if we said you're off, okay, you could have been off a half an inch and nobody would have, somebody would have said, oh, that's not much. That doesn't really matter. But you weren't off a half an inch. You were off a couple inches. I'll let Dr. Joe quantify that one. But yeah, it was a few inches. And so it's like, wow, that makes so much sense now, and why
Yes.
you're not the only one. We all have things going on in our bodies, whether it be active, inactive muscles that are restricting us or limiting us or allowing us to go too much. And to be able to identify those is the first place to start to find the solution.
Yes. And think about it, guys. If every half inch is costing you a half second on the clock, what's it actually costing you financially? How much are you spending every weekend trying to go, 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 and not get the results you know you're capable of? That does a lot more than drain your bank account. It drains you emotionally, it drains you spiritually, it drains you physically. Yes, it drains us financially. That's the easy part. It's all the other stuff it drags us through as well. So think about that, guys. Every half inch that we are in misalignment or in error, not in alignment with basic physics of a fast, smooth turn, it's costing you a half a second. That's something to really soak and think about. Dr. Joe, you have something to pull up and show us in the modules?
I do. I think somebody has to make me co-host or something and able
Okay.
to share.
I can
So
do
you
that.
guys can do that.
Hold tight.
What I'm going to show you is the first couple screens of the cat. It's called a module, and this is the soft hands module. This is one Stahlheim and her team put together last year, I believe.
Mhm.
It still says only the host can share in this meeting. Oh, you know what, Kendra? I'm so sorry. I'm on twice.
Oh.
I'm with my face here, and then I'm also on
You have to
a
give it
little
to the
computer
other.
without.
You have to give it to the other Dr. Joe.
Yes.
Okay,
Sorry,
hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
because I'm on
While
the
you guys
computer
are
and the
pulling
phone.
that up, and I think you used the word modules too, Kendra. I wanted to clarify there. The videos that we were doing go to the two different modules. There's close to, I want to say, about 35 different short clips that'll help explain the device and how to use it. Because I know we've had it out there for a little while, and we've had some people struggling with it. And I'm really excited about the instructional videos that we did Wednesday evening, because it's
Yes.
going to make it so easy to follow and so fun that I can't wait for everyone to see that. And we are planning and we're putting the brains together to come up with a cat class, because I think it deserves it.
Yes. It 100% does. Dr. Joe, I actually made you host on your computer. So you can scroll through there and make yourself co-host
Oh,
on your phone
that's brilliant.
while you do that. So I want to make sure this is clear to everybody because we have a muscle activation coach. He has been helping me identify this left hip socket that's loose. In the event that anybody else has a similar story, right? For years, my left hip does not move the same. So if I lay on the floor on my back and I just try to lift the left leg straight up, there is an internal click that happens. And it's not stabbing pain, but it's not comfortable. It doesn't feel good, but there's a click in there. And I've had it for years. And our coach has been saying, Kendra, that's misalignment. That is indicative of misalignment. And we've been trying to trace this down for months, Dr. Joe.
Mm.
And to really come to the very clear realization that this left hip socket alone cost me so much money, so much time, so many horses just burning through, so many rodeos that I drove home in tears, not understanding, like, why do I want this so bad? And it's not working. Like, I don't think I suck. I can ride pretty dang good, but it's not working. Anybody else feel me? Like, am I reading your email? Yeah. It pays to know thyself. Know what is going on internally. Once you do y'all see this as your advantage? Now you can get ahead. Ahead, not the tail. How many of you know that scripture? All right, Dr. Joe, let's see those. Let's
All
see
right,
those
here we go.
screenshots.
All right, so what you have, this is actually a live version, I believe. Let's see.
Cool.
Screen. So you should be able to see the cat app. So there it is, stall high, butter smooth
Yeah.
torso work. So there's this module and this module. I don't know which one you want me to do. We'll do the torso one, I guess.
Sure.
Okay, this is the one. So when you get your cat, you'll log in. Your masterclass students know this, but you'll log in, it'll open up, and it'll start with a couple of screens. And it's just hit a next button, and it kind of guides you through the curriculum that obviously Kendra and her team has put together. So the first one is, where do you put it? And Kendra, this is where you tucked it in, just in front of your sports bra, right?
Yep.
And it tells you what to do. Stay still, stay connected. Okay. Lean forward a little. This is that, I know a couple times we put it on you as you were actually riding a race, and we were going to grab what was the proper torso angle for you. So I'm going to do it right,
Yes.
have it right here. I'll show you what it looks like. So there's the global margin. There we go. There's the global margin, and there's the, you can't hear it because I turned it off, but you see that purple thing?
Yes.
That's the target. So when I lean the right way, it beeps and vibrates on me. Like I feel it, like, oh, wow. Like that's how it works, right? It's not a secret. And so this says I can change how big or how small my target is based on my skill level, or how precise I want to be that day, or if I'm working on something else, or if I'm doing something else with my hands and I want to control that first. So this is the whole, kind of like it takes you through a practice session. So this is the first one. This is where, so with eyes forward, it says replicate your hinge and come back. And maybe Kendra, talk a little bit about what you felt when you did it, because we have it on camera actually.
Yes. So it becomes more challenging, and this is where the brain science comes in. Thank you, Dr. Joe. Because again, we can think we have it with our eyes open, but when you close your eyes, just that one little thing kind of throws you off. Like internally, it's like your compass gets jacked up a little bit or hijacked. And so it's a little more complicated. It's a little more challenging to find the right placement of your torso when you close your eyes. There was one point I remember where I was having to practice one of the positions, and you said, not only are you going to close your eyes, but you are going to spell the word barrel backwards while you do it. What? I can't even spell the word barrel backwards sitting still thinking about it. But while I'm trying to be accurate on my hand placement and rotating my right torso so that it is symmetrical, y'all, that threw me for a loop. And we filmed it like Sherry said, well, don't you want to practice first? No, we need to get this on candid camera because it's freaking hard. But think about it, guys. What we're trying to do is hard. We're not giving ourselves enough credit. We're a very small percentage of the Earth's population who even knows how to saddle a horse and ride on top of it, much less run it at a high rate of speed wide open and execute three turns, 360 turns, all under 17 seconds. Come on, guys, we're rock stars. If you don't feel like one, you are. Trust me, it's a big dang deal what we do. And we haven't given ourselves enough credit. We've been too hard on ourselves. But if you really think about what has to happen inside of our brain and our body and our muscles and to communicate with our horse in such a brief flash of time, it's phenomenal what we're doing.
So what you see, I pulled up the screen for that multitask in one of the modules, and this is when you're going to move left and right in that regular rhythm, and you had to spell barrel racing backwards, right? That taxes it forces you to get all your faculties to perform the movement the way it should be formed. That's why it's hard. It's like you almost can't, what's that? Rub your belly and tap your head at the same time.
Yes.
That's not magic. It's training, right? If your brain stuttered or got overloaded like yours did,
Yes.
that's the valuable rep because you learn something in that rep. There's no value in mindless reps doing the same thing over and over and over. And that's what I was trying to say poorly in the beginning about the 10,000 hour rule. Is it's not the sheer volume. It's, are you getting the number of right reps that allow you to self-correct? And that's what this does.
Come on. All of this is gold. This is so good. And you see how she said like mindless drills? Traditional and still sadly modern day barrel racing just does a lot of mindless drills. Completely unaware of the angles, how much torque is being put on the horse's spine, their back, their ribs, their hocks, their stifles, SI joints. Just this is the way we've always done it. Just get those 100,000 hours in and you'll finally make it. But how much are we leaving on the table? Are we leaving on the clock? Because we haven't had this device until now. We haven't had this understanding until now. Very sophisticated little device, easy to use, very sophisticated, very powerful. Let me move Pedro. He's fussing at prophecy.
So one thing I'll jump in there too. Oh, no, I just forgot what I was going to say. Wouldn't you know it? As soon as I open my mouth, and then there my thought.
That's okay. I'll jump in because I do see a couple of comments that somebody had a hard time loading the modules. You may need to delete the app and reload it. And there, if you're seeing something different than what you on yours than what you're seeing on the screen, there is an updated version of it. So make sure you go back to the App Store and update.
Yes. So you don't have to delete the app to update it. It should just update. But in any case, you search for Kinesthetic Awareness Training in either of the app stores, and your email account is the one that you log in with. If yours is white, if the background of your modules are white, you need to upgrade your app, and then it will look black like this. And I'm happy to help. You can give my
So any sport, any person can purchase a cat on their own. For those of you who want the stall high recipe, if you want our course with it, talk to us, talk to your certified coach. We'll get you hooked up. So Dr. Joe, you were gracious enough to allow us to be the first ones. We're still the first ones and the only ones using the cat device in the sport of professional rodeo and barrel racing. So obviously we want you guys to be in our program and to learn the butter smooth recipe, the biomechanics, the brain science, the muscle activation, so that you can start to identify where are the blind spots, what's really holding your horse back, what's really draining your bank account. It's not your lack of talent. It's not your lack of try or your lack of passion. It's little degrees in our posture that we're unaware of. Every one of us needs a coach. Even coaches need a coach, which is why I have them too. So yes, how many of you are like, man, where's this been? I need it. I want it. Text CAT, K-A-T, to the hotline. That number is 940-291-9090, so that one of our certified coaches can get on a call with you, help explain how this works. There it is right there. 291-9090. I have a feeling somebody on here has that dream of going pro, but it almost makes your heart thump a little bit. Like, I just don't even know if that's a reality. That kind of seems like a fantasy, or you've been told that's a fantasy before. We do have a new private mentorship option coming soon. It's not ready to launch yet. But for those of you who are interested, you're going to get everything. Call it the Blue Plate Special. You get your custom bullseye saddle. You get a stride device. You get a cat, your own cat to keep. You get the full bit collection, the reins, all of the coaching that goes with it, and support throughout the week, every week. And that is called WPRA or Bust. It's brand new. So if y'all think that's you, please don't go out there and spend $600,000 on a horse, or at the very least, before you do, let us coach you. Invest in yourself and the technology. Let's get those blind spots hemmed up. What I learned today in my own lesson, my own private lesson as the student, yes, my heart wants to get back out there. Man, I want to take a swing at them again. I want my top 15 standings back, and I want to get to the finals. Well, I understand that's like saying I'm going to win a gold medal in the Olympics. That's huge. I still have some work to do. I still have some things with our coaching staff to improve about myself, because I don't want to go out there and just waste my money again. I don't want to waste my time. I told our coach today, listen, I've been learning this stuff for the past 3 summers. This is my 3rd summer to learn how to ride in a new style. If it takes me 3 more years to secure my gold buckle, I'm good with that. What I'm not good with is exhausting my family again and just running on empty, spiritually, emotionally, physically, financially, just in the grind, trying to get their own guts and one good horse. That was not good business sense. I told myself I had a lot of faith. I can make it on faith. But there's other things that come to play. I don't believe God wants us to be reckless with our bodies. And I didn't know, or our finances. So I've learned a lot through the process of Stall High. How many of you are like, amen, sister, preach, been there, done that. I have been burned time and time again. I know better. But there's something in you that won't let you quit. That was me. Thank God I didn't quit. I almost did. And now look at this amazing journey we're on today. Like, we get to be the first to pioneer this technology in the sport of barrel racing. How freaking cool is that? Can y'all imagine how many horses could have been saved over the course of our sport with these tough bull-headed riders like myself, just doing it through repetition, 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 inaccurately, out of alignment, and not even knowing it. We can do better, y'all. Our horses deserve better, and it's time. Okay. Cat class. Those of you who are interested in cat, text it. If you want to talk about a private mentorship program where you get your cat included with the whole special, all of your school supplies and weekly support. If you think you have the horse, you do have to qualify that. I mean, I need to make sure your horse has a fighting chance, and you do too. It's a 6-month program. Text WPRA to the hotline and let's talk about it. As we close, I've got 2 spots this Friday here at the ranch. We are located 30 miles north of Dallas. So whether you are already in the program and you need some private time, or you want me to step on your horse, do a quick evaluation, help you get like whatever it is, whatever your next step is, or your next 100 steps. If you want to get those done in one fast swoop, it's going to be called Fast Track Friday. I'm going to let you guys come in early. There's 2 spots open this Friday. We will be offering that throughout the month of September because we're going to be celebrating what we have dubbed as You Don't Suck September. So many people are too hard on themselves. Like, I just suck. I don't know why I can't get it. Like, Jesus, I want this more than anybody else. Well, they don't give you a gold buckle for being the one who wants it the most or dreaming it the longest. There's got to be some skill and accuracy in there. And this is where you got the skill, but here's where the accuracy comes in. This is what we haven't had. It's time to ride smarter, not harder. It's time to be smarter with our money, smarter with our time, smarter with our health. Don't take so many financial and physical risks. I've already done it. Please learn from my mistakes so you don't have to repeat them. I'm learning how to correct the left hip. And I was thinking about this when we were in Colorado the other day because Dr. Lily, we were just playing around at the end of the day, Dr. Joe, over at Sonny's Ranch,
Mhm.
and the sun was setting over the mountains, and it was beautiful. And Lily said, "Hey, do your headstand." So I'd go out in the yard and I'd do my headstand, and I did the splits this way. Y'all, I learned more from watching that picture, just goofing off. My left hip, the gravity pulls that left leg down, and the right one's like this. Well, it looks like, how many of y'all have ever bought something out of the like irregular bin at the discount store?
No, you did not just say that.
Yeah. Have y'all ever
That's awesome.
purchased an irregular jacket or an irregular pair of jeans, irregular pair of socks? Or have you, like me, Kelly's laughing, have you ever tried to sew something? Like I had to make an apron in 7th grade, and God bless my little home ec teacher and my Nana. That apron did not come out like the pattern did, y'all. It was irregular. It was a little too big where it should have been fitted, and it was a little too small where it should have had some room. That's what our horses think of us. God bless them. We're asking them to go win the 1D, but they're trying to do it in an irregular pair of pants that fits like this. Imagine how frustrating that would be if your pants don't fit right, if one leg is sewn sideways and you're trying to win a race. That's how we feel to them when we have irregularities in our posture. And you are not going to fix that by shoving supplements and go fast paced and constantly hooking them up to machines to just take the pain of the irregularity away. It's a vicious cycle. Once we learn where we're irregular and where we're out of alignment, it's so easy to fix. What did you say the other day, Dr. Joe? If it's not functional and not an injury, you can fix it.
Yeah. Mhm. It's just the brain.
Sign me up. Sign me up. I want to fix it, and I want to fix it smarter. I want to be a better steward of my horse. I want to be a better steward of our finances and of the time that I have left. I'm now past the halfway mark. I've got less time left on this earth than I have already lived it. I want a quantum leap. I want to compress time. I want to make up for lost time when I was a knucklehead and didn't know any different. Now I do. And you do too, because y'all are here. So I'm very proud of everyone for being here tonight. Dr. Joe, any closing words on the cat and
do.
what we need to know about it?
Yeah,
We
I do.
have a couple of questions, Dr. Joe. So can we take the questions and then I'll turn it back to you to close out. Kevin promises he has a serious question.
Okay.
Oh, come on, Kevin.
Alert,
Yeah, you want to know about WPRA or bust. I know.
alert the
I've been
media.
waiting on you.
Alert the media because I'm asking a serious question.
Okay. What is it?
Does all this stuff only work for barrel racing, or can ropers use it, and like just riding your horse, or is all this technology and stuff, is that just barrel racing? I love you.
It's a great question. So our niche is barrel racing. We're refining our own coaching program, right? Where we're having the most success is the women who are already like tapping that 3D, but they're a little bit afraid. They think, man, it's not even possible. Like, I'll just be happy making a clean pattern. But deep down inside, you really want to run in the 1D. That's where we're seeing the biggest leaps, the biggest jumps. So that's who we feel we can serve the best. Now, we have some riders in our program that are like, hey, I just want to get my confidence back. Great. Yes, you can use this for golf, tennis, racquetball, uh, softball, soccer, fishing, like whatever it is, you're trying to become accurate with your positions in. When it's a sport, if you just want to train your posture and retrain your head not to lean forward all the time or look down, train your torso, it has multiple uses. For barrel racers, the training that comes with it, you got to have a coach to go with it. You first have to know the correct posture you're aiming for. Otherwise, you're stabbing in the dark. So you'd be like pitching darts at the dartboard with a blindfold on. So you do need a pro coach, right, Dr. Joe?
That's right.
That's most advised.
The cat doesn't know anything that you don't teach it. It's like a Simon Says for movement. So you've got to teach it what you want when everything's in your control. And then you teach yourself to recognize that as you practice.
Yes. Next serious question.
I know, believe me.
I've got a couple of things.
This
Oh, go
is
ahead.
this is from Wendy. I know during Wednesday's evening, and this will be in the videos, you mentioned 3 M's.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
This
is good.
What those are, what the 3 M's are?
Yes. So
And
one of the cat techniques and kinesthetic awareness training techniques is learning the when of your body. It's great to know the where, and that's first, but you also know when your body is where it is. So it's called prediction. And essentially you predict when you think the beeps will happen, predicting when I am in the right spot at the right time. And the 3 M's are: you connect your mind, your mouth, and your movement. And if you can say when at the exact right time, like Kendra did, then that means those 3 things are collaborated. And that's a chance to self-adjust. You can actually do it right now. Close your eyes, take your finger and tap on the table and see if you can tap at the same time you say when. And you'll notice the space between your mouth and your tap gets closer and closer and closer. And that's your brain remapping itself. When. And then you can go faster. And isn't that crazy?
When. This is so good.
Right? So that's just one of the cat techniques that are in the modules. The others are the where, right? Well, I won't get into it because I'll nerd out, but that's the idea. Yes, exactly. And now, Kendra, do it behind your head.
When.
Like you're putting on a necklace.
When. Uh-oh.
You missed, right?
I missed, yeah.
All right, do it again.
When.
One more.
I missed.
Yep, do it again.
When. Got it.
See, it doesn't take long. The brain and the body is beautifully equipped.
When. I had to slow down. I'm fishing for it.
Yeah.
When.
Yeah.
Got it. I got even better on that one.
There you go. And another time you'll see people go now. So they make the word sound long enough. It's gonna
they have the margin. They soften the margin so they can they can time it. But that's where the brain science of barrel racing comes in. Training our brain, remapping our body. Your brain does not know the difference between real time and practiced imagination. And Dr. Joe, after we saw you, we went to a race, and I'm constantly challenging myself, like, how can I be a better coach for my students? I understand that it is very unsettling because I train to win at a walk. But to go from the walk to now, like you've wanted to go fast for so long, when I drop that flag or I fire that pistol and I tell you go now, I mean full send, get on it, go. We're not going to slow lope out there. We're not going to breeze out there. We're not going to cruise a pattern. You're going to go stand on the gas and ask that horse for every ounce of effort he's got. That can be a little difficult to go from one extreme to the other. So you were telling Sherry the other night that that's where our visualization is so important, so that we're prepared for it and we don't have those knee-jerk reactions, or we don't trigger our horse's central nervous system by tightening up beforehand. We actually need to be practicing very specifically to prepare for that big rush of adrenaline and that rush of speed and that rush of power.
Yeah, and in all different environments. So if you get nervous because you're riding in front of your mom or your sister, your husband, your coach, whatever, guess what you should visualize, right? And not just the rush, but visualize getting on the horse. And forgive me, I'm not a barrel racer. Visualize going down Allie, what's it called?
Allie,
Allie?
yes.
Allie?
Yes.
Visualize the time between when you know you're going to be called and you haven't gotten called yet. That's got to be some amazing feeling right there, or the go, or whatever it is. Visualize everything in the context that you want to be comfortable and confident doing it, because that's the only time you have
Yes.
control over what happens is up here. So sorry, I'll get excited. I'll be quiet for a minute.
No, it's good. We love it. We love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Okay.
So
Any
yeah,
other questions?
Yeah, we've got somebody that's lost their charger. What kind of charger
Oh,
does it take?
same as the
USB.
new,
Yeah.
same as the new iPhones.
Oh no,
Oh,
not
good.
iPhone.
Oh,
No,
No.
not iPhone. The charger for the cat is the USB-C.
Yes.
The USB-C.
It looks like
Oh.
this.
Well, Dr. Joe, mine works.
Your iPhone works?
Yeah, my new iPhone or my MacBook. It's the same one as that.
Oh, well then that's okay. Phew, I was gonna
Somebody
say.
picked
Yeah.
mine up accidentally in Colorado because I got home without mine.
Uh-oh.
It was us.
It was us.
We got it. Was Sherry, the lost cord has been identified.
Okay.
Oh, good. Yay.
She was just asking me that when we were packing up to leave the other
How
day.
funny. Well, that was me.
Yeah.
So,
So we will definitely be incorporating this more. Did y'all enjoy tonight? Do you see how it does not make sense to keep gutting it out inaccurately? I didn't know, but I know now. I've got some more work to do with our muscle activation coach to free up my right rib cage. I can even feel different. Like this side, no problem. When I come this way, there's a tightness in my spine. The muscles on the left side, not my right side, but the left side of my back, they're like, "Ee." They're not as willing to allow me to rotate here. The hips feel different. Remember, if this leg is externally rotated, I'm slow because I have to pull that thing half a rotation this way, and then I have to close the gap. Every fraction of a second on the clock counts when you're trying to get in the 1D and stay there. So think about it. Don't do what I did. I just went out there. Chad gave me permission to go buy faster horses. He didn't have to tell me twice. That did not help anything. It made it worse. That shattered my confidence. And that's when I really wanted to quit because they were all just fast and stupid, like 0 rate, just run. And my timing was off. Like that was so embarrassing, Dr. Joe. Like it's one thing to be slow, but you still make a pretty pattern. But when you're fast and it's ugly and you just look like somebody let a balloon loose all over the freaking arena, that's embarrassing. That's a little tougher on the ego. That's a little harder to walk out of that pen with your chin held high. Like, I meant to do that. It's a new horse. Yeah. A new horse is one thing, but if you do that for 3 or 4 years, that's a whooping on your psyche.
Mm.
It doesn't have to be that way, guys. It's time to take responsibility, to know what is going on inside ourselves, to become better riders, better educated riders, better practiced, skilled, knowledgeable riders, so that we can bring our horses up to the next level, 1D, and all of those riders behind us who think they suck, they don't. Let's become the new leader they need and set their horses free too. Thank y'all for being here tonight. Dr. Joe, we appreciate you making time for us. It was a hoot to get to meet you in person finally.
I
We've
know
been
that
working
was
on
the
this
first
little
time.
rig for years.
Couple years, yeah, for sure.
Yes. Everybody is asking, when might the new class modules be edited? When might we be able to expect the new coursework?
Excellent question. I don't want to promise what I can't deliver. So let me, I'm supposed to pick up the raw videos tomorrow.
Okay.
Those
Well, there
being-
are 43 of them.
I know. I'll hurry. I'll try and do my best. And probably what we'll do is we'll have 2 of them, with one with the longer one with the beautiful masterclass that you put on, and then we'll do the quick ones for the module.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Sherry, did I miss anyone or anything?
I got with Dr. Joe beforehand. We did release the new torso to everyone. That new torso module is on there. We don't have the videos on there yet, so those will be coming soon to help you. But those of you that want to go out and see it and play with it, because since we've been talking about it, I've gotten lots of questions of why can't I see it? And we still had it in test mode with the coaches and with the core team. So it has been now released.
Great. Excellent.
It has been released.
And again, this Friday, 2 private sessions slots available. You need to text me and let me know if you want a Friday slot. Text Friday, Fast Track Friday. The month of September, and we will have limited spots available on Friday. How many of you like these quick 1-hour live stream clinics rather than a 5-day challenge? Do you want the 5-day or would you rather do 1 hour? Leanne says yes, thank you. Yes, Terry Petty says yes. An hour, Miley. 1 hour, Leanne. Yes, 1 hour. Kelly, this was great. Okay. We're looking at every Friday in September. You Don't Suck September, doing a 1-hour live stream instead of having a big 3 or 5-day typical clinic. So we'll do a series of quick, like very powerful 1-hour live stream clinics on Fridays. Will everybody do me a favor and invite at least 3 friends? Can you invite 3 friends on Fridays for the month of September, especially girls that you know who are on the struggle bus? Okay. Now, if they're bullheaded, don't invite them. Please don't, because I'm tired of pulling teeth and moving mountains. We've done that. Don't bring your friends that love to say yeah, but, because they're gonna stay stuck. I want you to find the girls who have struggled so much, they know it's difficult. And they're at their quitting point. What do they have to lose? That's the girl I want to talk to. Okay. Because she is like me. She's ready for change and she's ready to do whatever it takes. She is just looking for a coach and a coaching team to support her and tell her what she's doing wrong. Just tell me what not to do and I won't do it again. That was me. But it's one thing to think it. When our body has lost its compass, the internal compass, and we're a little bit wonky, that's why we get frustrated. That's why it's not working, y'all. It's just your body. It's kind of reset to a little bit off kilter default, but you can reset it. You can remap it. You can re-educate it. And that's what we're here to do. Thanks to Dr. Joe Shattuck. You're amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, I think right back at you, Kendra, and the rest of the team too. Just trying to keep up with you.
Well, let's change the horse world, shall we?
All right, let's do it.
All right. I love y'all. Everybody have a good night. And I'll see you next Friday. And for everyone coming to class next week, regular class as scheduled. If you're in a Monday, a Tuesday, or a Wednesday class, those will remain the same, even on the holiday. I'll see those of you on Monday. Everybody have a good night.
Thanks, y'all.
Bye, guys.
Bye.